What is the missing element that keeps the average person from achieving true success and living the lifestyle of their dreams? Hi, I'm Andrew Henderson. I'm the editor-at-large of a website called Nomad Capitalist, and I'm a perpetual traveler who spends each year in dozens of countries, living the lifestyle that I want, going places that I want, and doing what I want without having to worry about where my income comes from. In just the last couple months, I've been in numerous countries on different continents. I've spent time on yachts, flown first class across the Atlantic Ocean, stayed in luxury hotels, and lived a lifestyle most people can only dream about. But the reality is there is a missing element in most of the things that people out there hear about how to become truly successful. That's what I wanted to talk about today. On my website, I get emails every week from people all around the world who are members of so-called success clubs, clubs like the Global Information Network, for example, people who have bought work-at-home courses, things that purport to teach them how to make money at home. All sorts of systems and clubs and memberships and products that people have bought, and they say, Andrew, what is it that you do? What is your secret for being able to live a lifestyle where you can go anywhere you want, live in luxury, do what you want, and just have money coming in? And I'm going to share with you the one missing element that I found having gone to some of these Success Club conferences and having been a part of a lot of these. Many of them are just outright scams. And so I'm going to share that with you today. Now, I think I should note before we get into that missing element that my background and many of the other people I've met who are really successful in life, the people who are the multi-millionaires and the mega millionaires who've made lots and lots of money and travel the world and do as they wish, their business careers didn't start by telling other people to do what they already had yet to do. For example, when I was 19 years old, I started a business in my one-bedroom apartment. It sounds like a story you've heard from a lot of other people before, but it happens to be true in my case. I started a business that helped businesses all across the United States advertise on the radio in a very unique way. And over the years, I grew that business into an $11 million business, working with a Fortune 100 company, working with billion-dollar direct response firms, and became very, very successful doing that. And to the day that I exited that business, I still ran that business from my home with a small staff, and was able to travel the world 5, 6, 7 months a year and run the business from hotels all around the world while I did that. So my background isn't in helping other people build fortunes before I did it myself. After I got out of the radio business, I invested in other businesses, and I helped other entrepreneurs build up their own companies and profited from their success as well. So that's a brief look into my background, and it brings me to really the most important part of the missing element when it comes to building wealth and having the freedom to be able to go and do absolutely anything you want all the time. And that is that when you join these success clubs, when you buy these work-at-home courses, study kits, when you go to meetings and conferences and all these events that purport to teach you how to become successful, the problem is that in 99% of cases, the people who are teaching this stuff are nothing more than great salesmen. They're great at the rah-rah routine. They're great at throwing pep rallies. They're great at getting you all excited and fired up and really thrilled to just be imagining all the money that you could be making and the lifestyle that would come with it. They've, in almost every case, never actually accomplished anything themselves. If you look at some of the best-selling self-help courses and make money books that have been out there, books that have been on the New York Times best-selling list even, the authors of these books oftentimes haven't had success in relationships. If they're writing self-help books, many of these people have been divorced. They've had troubled pasts. The people telling you how to make money with the get-rich-quick books, most of those people have never actually made any money before they wrote the book. They had all of their success after they wrote the book. In my mind, this really is the number one, first and foremost, missing element when it comes to building a lifestyle of success. You have to work with people who have already accomplished the things you want to accomplish. You can go to events and you can get fired up and you can cheer and you can scream and you can imagine driving the Ferrari or the Bentley. You can imagine spending your Tuesday afternoons walking along the sand in your bare feet on beautiful beaches in Thailand or the Philippines or Spain or the Caribbean. You can imagine all those things, and that's what all these success clubs and that's what all these events are about. They want you to picture yourself driving the Mercedes. They want you to picture yourself next to the beautiful woman or the handsome man, and think that if only you keep going to more and more meetings, that you'll bring these things into your life just magically. Well, as someone who has built businesses and had success before, I know that's not the way things work. And the key really is that you have to associate yourself with the people who have accomplished the very things that you want to, people who can actually mentor you because you've been there. I'll give you an example. I started traveling around the world because I had some money and I wanted to invest it in a way that I could make more money than I would if I stayed in the United States. Right now in the United States, bank interest rates are 0.1 or 0.2%. The stock market is very uncertain. There's a lot of bad things going on in the United States right now. And so I wanted to get away from that and find better ways to grow my money and be able to fund my travels all around the world. And so I've been to countries that the average person hasn't heard of, and I found some very fascinating things. I found people in Southeast Asia who buy and sell food products like rice and corn, and they can go in and double their money almost every year just by buying and selling at the right time. I've met people who lend money to farmers and make as much as 200% returns every year just by lending money with holding the title of the farmland in their hands. I've met people who sell plantations where you can grow your own fruit, and they'll bring in people to manage the entire plantation for you, and you just get a check. And every year you get a check, a bigger and bigger and bigger check from selling your fruit. And so I started traveling around the world, finding ways to invest my own money. And rather than just sit at home like all the other unsuccessful people and watch CNBC and open up the newspaper and try and find some great idea, I went out and tried to actually find the next great idea, people who are actually making money in the world. This is the key that you have to understand if you really want to build wealth and build success. Everybody's watching CNBC. Everyone's reading the newspaper. Everyone's ordering the work-at-home kits. Everyone's going to the meetings. Everyone's going and joining the clubs that tell them they can do anything that they want. These aren't the ways to become successful. You have to actually go out there and experience what it is that can bring you this wealth. And so what I did a couple months ago was, after getting emails from a couple hundred people who read that I was having the success and that I was going around the world and meeting people and seeing fascinating ways to invest my money, seeing ways to make money in business from anywhere in the world, people asked me, Andrew, we want you to share your secrets with us. People saw that I was flying all around the world, from Asia to Europe to North America to the Caribbean to Mexico to fascinating places. They saw that I was spending my afternoons sipping tea and hot chocolate in cafes, and spending evenings going to some of the best concerts, classical music concerts in Austria, going to great museums all around the world, seeing great things. I said, Andrew, how do we live this lifestyle? And so what I did was I brought together 20 of my closest friends and my most trusted experts, and I held a 3-day conference in Las Vegas where attendees were promised that they would learn secrets that the ultra-rich use to not only build their fortunes, but to grow the fortunes they already have and to protect their fortunes as well. Some of the people that I invited to speak at this conference included a gentleman who 13 years ago quit his day job and started building online businesses that since then have made well over $10 million. One of the gentlemen I brought in is the investment advisor to ultra-wealthy people who fly in private jets and on the yachts, people who store their money in offshore bank accounts and store their gold in private vaults around the world, people who have tens and hundreds of millions of dollars. I brought in people like this to teach an audience of 100 people exactly how to build, grow, and protect their fortune anywhere in the world. And to not only do that, but to live a lifestyle where they can do those things from anywhere in the world. I wanted to teach the people who came to this event how they could make money sitting on the beach in Thailand, how to make money sitting in a cafe in Paris, how to make money touring around Ireland or Mexico or China. This is the life that I live. If I go to the Great Wall of China for a day and see the sights and take pictures, I come back and I have made more money. If I go to Mexico and I sit on the beach in Cancun, I come in after having a cocktail in the afternoon and I see I've made more money. I can go and do anything that I want and still make money. And these are the secrets that I taught people who came to this closed-door 3-day event. And these are the secrets that I invited a Hollywood film crew to come in behind our closed-door event and actually film so that you, the average Joe out there who wants to get out of debt, wants to build your own business, and wants to travel the world on your own terms, you could apply these things in your own life. And the event that I hosted was called Passport to Freedom, the offshore secrets they don't want you to know about. And as I said, I had the entire 3-day event, nearly 24 hours, filmed. And what I've done now is I've put this entire event on a 9-DVD set. Nothing was left out, nothing was edited out, all the good information was left on the video. And I'm now making this DVD available to people who want to learn the secrets of the lifestyle that I live and that countless other friends of mine live, to be able to not only live anywhere in the world, travel on a dime whenever they want, wherever they want, live a lifestyle where money is no object, live a lifestyle of staying in 5-star hotels and having private butlers, staying in places with beautiful views, fancy villas, driving the yachts and the fancy cars and all of the trappings of luxury that come with it. But on top of that, I wanted to share with people how they could build a lifestyle of freedom so that no matter what they wanted to do, they would have the freedom to do that, because that's what it's really all about. It's not about money, it's about freedom. It's about the freedom to travel and the freedom to do the things that you want. That's the information that's on this 9-DVD set. Now, I'm making this DVD set available at half the price that I normally make it available for. People paid as much as $2,000 to come to our 3-day event in Las Vegas. And on top of that, they had to fly to Las Vegas, they had to put themselves up in a hotel, they had to buy their own meals, pay for their own gambling. It became pretty expensive. One of the gentlemen actually flew in on his own private jet. And so I decided to make the DVD set available for normally for half the price that it normally would cost for one person to buy a ticket to the event, $9.97. But what I'm doing right now is for people who are serious about learning this information, I'm discounting the price of the 9-DVD set to just $497. Now you can click the link below and be taken to a limited time opportunity to get your hands on all of this life-changing material. What's different from this DVD set and what's different from the event that I held is that everyone I have invited to speak at my event were people who actually lived the life that I'm talking about. I invited people who have been traveling the world with no home for over 10 years. I invited people who are citizens of multiple countries. They can go back and forth as they please. I invited people who have opened offshore bank accounts and moved their money to other countries where they make more money. I invited people who travel all over and start businesses all over the world and invest in exotic investments, things like racehorses in Dubai. Everyone I invited to speak at my event walks the walk and talks the talk. Nobody who came and spoke at the event is a wannabe who is just trying to fake it until they become successful and actually know what they're talking about. Everyone who spoke at this event, nearly 24 hours of presentations, lives the lifestyle that the average person can only dream about. Lifestyle of luxury, lifestyle of freedom, and a lifestyle of success. These are the people you want to learn from if you want to replicate this in your own life. You don't want to learn from people who just join a club and they pay a little bit of money and they think that's going to solve all their problems. If you're not learning from and networking with the right people, you'll never achieve the level of success that you want. you'll never be able to live the life of freedom that these people who spoke at our event did. Fortunately, you now have access to all this information in this 9 DVD set. You can click on the link below to get access to this limited time offer. Now, when you get your hands on this DVD set, inside you're also going to get a very special invitation to a society that I've started. It's a group of people like myself, global entrepreneurs, offshore bankers, investment advisors, millionaires, people all around the world who have achieved success. We get together around the world for dinners, for investment tours, for all sorts of get-togethers throughout the year. And I'm going to invite you, when you get your hands on this DVD and you show me that you're serious, I'm going to invite you to join this private club of successful people so you can not only learn from the Jet Set Elite, but you can start to rub elbows with them as well. And when you get that DVD set, you're also going to get an invitation to join me personally at a very special dinner sometime later this year, where you can pick my brain and hear my stories, and also hear the stories of other successful people who travel the world and who have built wealth going wherever they want on planet Earth. That's the opportunity you have in front of you today. It's only $497. Click on the link below. Get your hands on the 9 DVD set, Passport to Freedom, The Offshore Secrets They Don't Want You to Know, and peek in on information that some of the world's wealthiest people have used to build their fortunes. Do it now, and don't make the same mistake. Don't make the same mistake of that missing element that the average person makes when they go to become successful. Learn from people who already are successful. Learn their secrets. Learn how to apply them in your lives, and you'll be one step ahead of everyone else.